Hello, 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 and welcome to the show at Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you the latest exclusive breaking news, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday, and interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee, the only enforced audio experience on the web today. I'm, of course, your host, that guy, James Shea, alongside Kaliko Yatsu, may or may not be here, but who is here? The American Scooter Dust.
You know, my wife accused me of being immature, and I told her to get out of my fort.
And it was a good week for wrestling entertainment, as earlier this week we interviewed Jimmy from Jimmy's World Order. Not obviously a wrestler, but still somebody, a big part of the wrestling community and a small business owner. And it was definitely not one you wanted to pass up because there's a lot of great stories involving pro wrestlers and his experience in this crazy world of pro wrestling. And I can't say enough good things about Jimmy or his world order. But this upcoming Wednesday, we got Gutter Snake Izzy James coming up. And that should be a really good one as well. Izzy is coming, just became Izzy James, honestly, and we talk about that. Death matches with loved ones, chats,
Guitars,
guitars, death metal, everything you wanted to know about Izzy and more.
it's our first ever gimmicked interview and what we're calling a Can You Hear Me Now interview.
Marco,
What?
you were supposed to say Miro.
What?
And we got more things coming up. Stay tuned to our Twitter handle at WrestlingWithE for new interviews when they are released and who they will be with. And it was
Ooh, it was a.
not a great day for wrestling, I
Oh,
suppose.
and
Um,
then,
more releases.
oh boy, and I'm not sure if you've seen the most recent, but there's a final list. But Gibbs, please start.
Okay, let me pull up this list real quick.
There is
We
there are
got
there there are at
Dakota
least four. Yeah, Dakota. Yeah.
Dakota Kai was maybe the biggest and shocking.
Oh wait, no, there's another one.
Dexter Loomis,
That's the one.
Harlan, aka Parker Bordeaux, um,
Bordeaux, Bordeaux, Bordeaux.
Bordeaux,
Tomato, tomato, potato.
Portia Parrot, Malcolm
Oh my,
Bivens, uh,
oh my god! You just made me like my cigar just like flew across the room.
and
Persia,
honestly,
Persia,
we should be talking
Persia,
about this.
Persia Pirata. That's not even a. That wasn't even a. Come on, Persia Pirata.
Mal-
Gee, good God.
Malcolm Bivens, Raylan Devine, Mila Milani, Draco Anthony, Sasha George, and Paige Pizzarilli.
Uh, uh, yeah, this Kanya Page was more recently given the name of Blair Baldwin
Hmm.
in NXT, but Loomis, Dakota, Harlan, and Bivens, and you know what, even Persia, those five are the ones that stand out, especially given that Indy Hartwell and Duke Hudson are both still employed.
Very true. Yes.
So that's going to be a very odd story. Um, Dexter. I don't know if they just saw Dexter not going anywhere. I thought Dexter had massive potential. Uh, Malcolm. Well, it wasn't a secret that he was unhappy. Um,
Now he could go
I
see Scooby Doo WrestleMania Mystery unbothered.
Dakota, I think, uh, was happy to get her release after seeing Raquel called up before her.
Right, and it just seemed like she was never going to. It seemed like they never saw value in Dakota whatsoever. And
Very, yeah, true.
honestly, I don't. It's terrible that they're released. But I'm actually really excited to see what Dakota Kai does next because honestly, most underrated girl in pro wrestling, and I don't think that she was maybe allowed to show how good she was in NXT.
Uh, Spoiler alert, what she does next rhymes with Mamie Mubble You. Uh, yeah, she could definitely, you could definitely even build the entire division around her, quite honestly. Uh, I mean, it's shocking. I think Dakota almost kind of knew it was coming. Um, Harland, though, was being, promoted as the next Brock,
Oh yeah,
and
did
then
you
they,
see that recent picture of Brock Lesnar that they just tweeted out?
yeah, I'm not talking in terms of look. I mean, they were pushing him as the next Brock, then they made him cut his hair, and they made him a lackey for, the
Hey,
creepiest guy on the roster,
yeah.
who for some reason still has his old name.
Yeah, he was in. He wasn't. They didn't change it. That that's just WWE being weird in some ways with name changes. Um, but Dexter Loomis, why didn't it work?
I I think I think it did work. I think this is. I honestly think Dexter is a call from Vince. Um,
Because they don't want guys that look like they offer you candy in a white van.
I mean, Dexter had he had the look. He had the the fact that he never said anything aside from "I do" made you just want to see him more. There's so much potential in that, and he shave his head. He's a blue-eyed Steve Austin.
Right.
Um,
Wait a minute, Stone Cold's eyes were blue.
were his eyes blue?
Yeah.
Hmm, eh, eh, who
Wasn't this
knows?
the case of he was kind of stuck in that storyline with Indy and doing the comedy stuff kind of stuck him in a category that made him not be a big event player?
uh, again, given that this may more than likely comes from Vince, I think Vince only saw him in that role.
Was there anybody else that came through while I wasn't seeing it, or was that the whole list?
That is the whole list. Uh, Aside from a name change for Robert Stone to Mr. Stone, which is a direct order from Vince. Other than that, that is all for the NXT releases. There was also another big change to the most stupendous Backlash.
Hold on. We're still on NXT real quick. Uh, it's terrible that all these guys got engulfed, got released. And it makes you wonder, what would Gigi do?
What would Gigi do for a pair of shoes?
Dun dun. Okay. Um, there was we'll talk about Backlash when we get to the preview. But let's talk about the event in the United Kingdom. It has a name now. It's Clash
Yes,
at the Castle.
Clash at the Castle.
Now,
Uh,
if I told you that name, what company would you say would have had that name?
well, first of all, I'd slap you. Uh, Second of all, Key. That really said, I can't wait for AEW's Clash at the Castle.
I was leaning more towards a New Japan show. I mean, really, the
See,
biggest event is called Wrestle Kingdom.
yeah, yeah, but if it was New Japan, I would expect it to be Castle Clash.
Hmm. Don't know.
The conjunctions would not be there.
So, your your biggest thoughts on this?
Like, again, whoever came up with this, he should be slapped and his mama should be slapped for giving birth to a guy that came up with such a stupid fucking name! Clash at the Castle. Really? What you had, you could have gone with, I don't know, mm,
A whale of an event?
you could have gone with Collision in Cardiff or Warfare in Wales.
Oh yeah, that would have worked.
Uh, or how screw it, call it War Games in Wales.
Hmm.
Welsh War Games.
Welsh games.
Cla-
Welsh game?
I am now convinced more than ever that they just have verbs. Uh, they have a cork board that's got a number of synonyms for fighting and wrestling, and they just have places where it could happen, and they just throw darts. I mean, I can't wait for the porno parody Clash at the Asshole. Because remember, castles don't have assholes. I mean,
I mean, those assholes in castles.
I mean, I'm surprised they didn't call it Big Castle Clash.
But then they would have to bring that guy back. And it seems like he's all elite, and you can't teach that.
Well, apparently he's doing his best through Impact. But, I mean, Clash at the... it's the...
If it was at an actual castle, would it be okay?
What are they're gonna create a castle set. Great. And well, I guess the Viking Raiders and are now going to be in the main event. I mean, this now kind of confirms, I think, that that Drew is in the main event,
More
or
than likely, yeah.
they're planning for that, regardless of who his opponent is.
And we're still well. We spent a lot of time last week talking about that. Something that's close by coming up is the Forbidden Door show. Uh, and there is a lot of speculation if Kenny Omega will be there or not. My question is, does it matter if Kenny Omega is there or not? It could still be a big show if Kenny's not there, right?
Uh, yeah, it could. It definitely could. Um, the question is, do they want to pull the trigger on a Punk Omega feud?
Well, we're still largely debating what the card is going to look like. Why would, if we're doing
I'm
AEW,
sorry, I confused that with Double or Nothing.
oh, okay. But, what could Kenny Omega even factor in? So, with that event being so soon for a build up?
That's a very good point. Plus the fact that he's he's wrestled nearly almost you know everybody in New Japan. Uh, I see it like a potential you know Hogan Bash at the Beach '96 situation.
Hmm, interesting.
But whose side is he on?
It could be something. Um,
Uh,
this is an interesting thing. The inspiration, the former Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, Jessica,
Jesse
Kelly,
McKay and
Jessica McKay, and
Portia Parrott.
the other one. They decided that they will be stepping away from pro wrestling. Uh, this kind of comes out of nowhere, and it seems like they were doing pretty decently in Impact Wrestling. Uh, why?
I mean, I mean, it looks like they just got disillusioned with wrestling. Quite honestly,
Do you think that this could be like just being burnt out, so to speak?
yes.
So this is not Sean Spears saying you're more successful in Impact and they're the lesser company when I'm nowhere near where I should be in AEW.
Mm, yeah. It it really does. Uh, they clearly want to step away from wrestling. They want to pursue other opportunities, and
Maybe
yeah.
something that only fans could be excited for.
I mean, to see the fans leave, their reaction would be something.
But, last week on SmackDown, Zara Lee turned heel. What the fuck?
In a promo.
We were being redeemed and saved, and I took a break from SmackDown for like a month, and that's literally when she had her first match. Was like, I don't even say a month, like 8 weeks after she debuted, and I was there when she debuted. And I don't know. It's I mean, they could have put her in a rivalry instead of just keeping her backstage.
Well, she's apparently somebody's body. I think they're putting her as Sonya's bodyguard now or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but
It just
you
seems
don't
like a
turn
missed
somebody heel.
opportunity.
Yeah, and you don't turn somebody heel in a promo.
I mean, depends on what kind of promo it is.
Somebody could turn face from a promo, but not heel.
And like, I get what you mean, but if you turn heel in a promo in the woods, does anybody care?
That's the point. No, nobody does.
Right. And then last up, Kevin Owens was asked which celebrity he would like to maybe do a match with. He chose Matthew McConaughey. What are your thoughts on a Kevin Owens Matthew McConaughey rivalry that leads
Hmm.
to a WrestleMania match?
I think it could be summed up like this. All right, all right, all right. Hmm. Kevin Owens, you want to come and play around with Mr. McConaughey? All right. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll get together. I'll make up some Texas poutine and whatnot, and and then I'll just kick your fat ass in. All right, all right, all right.
But you sound more like Jay Jarrett than Matthew McConaughey.
Yes, he's home right now. Uh, uh, please leave a bag of dog crap on his door. Yeah, I mean, the question is why? Why Matthew McConaughey of all people?
Why not? I mean, he said that it was because he was at an event and he said that he was a major wrestling fan and that he had a great attitude towards pro wrestling and their what they did. And
That
when it
very
comes
true.
to the people that have actually stepped in the ring that were celebrities, that's kind of how they acted. And he feels like Matt, you would kind of do that too.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Kevin Owens didn't say T Pain just to take a shot at TBS. Uh,
That'd be the, that would actually be not a bad match.
but
I mean, if they could pull it
McConaughey
all
does
off,
not.
I would be mad at it. I'd probably go for Kevin Owens for sure, but
Oh no! I could never root against McConaughey. Oh no! No! Oh, Matthew McConaughey is one of my favorite celebrities, my favorite actors. And I recently finished his book, Green Lights. Uh, it's a hell of a biography. Um, and yeah, I got the audio version, and he reads it to us himself, and that voice is so soothing.
I didn't realize that you were such a big Matthew McConaughey fan.
Oh yeah, I even watched Dallas Buyers Club today.
Hmm. I'm assuming that wasn't in preparation for our interviews that come from Dallas.
I mean, I never thought I would get to say this ever, but and we may want to cut this out. In fact, I'm gonna say, please
I'm not
cut this
editing
out.
tonight.
Then I'm not making it. Then I'm not making the joke.
Good, because I don't want to edit. I want to edit shit tonight. Alright. I think that'll conclude the news unless you have anything that you want to talk about.
I mean, aside from you know, the fact that we're doing a preview, a week in advance. I mean, kind of surprises me, but uh,
Well, I mean, it's
yeah,
next Saturday, right?
next Sunday. It's
Next
on
Sunday?
Mother's Day. Yep, May 8th.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, fuck it. Let's just do it now. Alright, of course, before we begin our preview, a quick word from our sponsors.